Hi Soul Motion teachers, this is Lavinia with Vinny behind the camera, and we're going to talk about feet today. So starting with the feet in class and in your own personal practice is great. It really gets you connected to the ground. We're going to start with some exercises, and as I talk through these, just do them with me. Thread your fingers between your toes. I'm using my right hand with my left foot. And make some circles and start creating some movement between the joints. Now, one of the principal reasons people as they age lose their balance is because they've lost the ability to make those fine little adjustments, those little motions in the feet that keep us on balance. So now I'm stretching the top of the foot, okay, and I'm massaging bubbling spring, the kidney point under the foot. I start every day like this. And for your personal practice, check and see if you have some joints that are rigid in your foot here in the metatarsals. Work with them this way manually. That also creates a sensory connection between the foot and the brain. We need to become fascinated with our feet again, just like infants are. So stretching the tops of the foot and massaging a bubbling spring right here. Now we're going to reach out and stretch the calves a little bit. If your hamstrings are tight here, feel free to sit on a blanket. Now I want to talk a little bit about shin splints. Ben has asked me specifically because he gets a lot of questions. People get shin splints for two reasons. One, the muscles around the shin, the tibialis anterior, gets very weak. And this is for two reasons. People don't work on strengthening this way through dorsiflexion. Also, people's metatarsals are weak. So when they're walking or running, their feet are slapping against the ground and there's no roll through, no cushioning. So we're going to do some exercises specifically to strengthen the metatarsals and also the shins. So I want you to dorsiflex like this. Really fully pull the forefoot back. Again, if the hamstring is an issue, Vinny, I'm going to show them another option here. You can lie down with the knee bent and really keep that foot fully flexed. Now we're going to curl the toes and fan them out. And I'm really working with the muscles of my foot. If you do this correctly, you're going to feel a burning sensation here, and that's okay. All right, then I'm going to push through the ball of the foot and then release the toes and come back. I'm going to now sit up so you can see this at another angle. So again, pushing through the ball of the foot and pointing and then lifting the toes and pulling the forefoot back. The other thing you can do is curling in. Now this sickled position stretches the peroneal and then fanning out, and this tightens it again. So you're not only working now with the metatarsals, but you're working with the whole musculature of the lower legs. All right, curling in and fanning out, curling out and fanning in. So you can see here that you're creating a kind of a pliability in the feet. All right? Okay, now we're going to take this to a standing position, to our connection with the earth. And I'm going to give you some cues. Now we can start out with mountain pose, Tadasana in yoga. And I'm sure you've all done this a million times. You can lift your toes, spread them out, and place them down. Think about the bottom of your foot where the arch is, the sole of your foot, as a lake. And think about the points of contact on the floor of the foot as the shores of the lake. And feel the lake underneath your foot spreading. Now you can also think about the outer ankle bone pressing in and creating a sense of connection. Now feel the energy of the earth being received all the way up the legs into the hips. And then another idea is to use the toes as roots and to focus perhaps on one particular toe. Sometimes people think a lot about the big toe and the pinky. Think about the fourth toe, or think about the second toe and focus on that for a while. And finally, Soul Motion teachers, we're going to take this into the dance of feeling the earth under your feet and letting your feet be supple. not rigid. Don't get fixated on having to lift the arch all the time, but allow the feet to dance with you underneath you. And now, so Soul Motion teachers, I bid you farewell until next time.
Bye-bye, Lavinia.
Bye, Vinny.